Welcome back to Never Die With Your Pants Around Your Ankles. The Death of Vegas's Notorious Doc, a Prescription for Hell. On June 25th, 2022, I decided to take the day and update all the operating systems on the late Harry Leo Duran's Apple MacBook Pro and resume the arduous task of going through his Facebook Messenger exchanges to see if I could find anything at all to explain his psychotic behavior. No, no explanations, but I did find two more photos. Photos for some reason that were not on the cell phone. In a gushing, gooey, I just love your tats, do you love mine exchange of verbiage, I was horrified to find this gem. I did wonder why the medical examiner had written there was a caduceus on Duran's back. What little does the medical examiner know about occult symbolism? The first photo was taken on April 13th, 2019 at 8:53 p.m., and it shows the snake left unfinished. Duran wrote he was going back the following Sunday to have the ink burned into his skin all the way to the tip of his tailbone. I suppose if I keep searching I might find a photo of that, but for once he had his pants on in each photo. In the next slide, you'll see where he got the design. I thought I had found all the photos of tattoos, but then I found this exchange against the thousands of texts. Now, the medical examiner's report makes sense because I did not know that the Notorious Doc had a snake on his back. Found the text message exchange finally about the cost $450 range. He booked a 3 p.m. appointment for Saturday, April 13th, 2019 at the Black Spade. He first sent the image on February 23rd and tried to get an appointment in March, but I guess work schedule got too busy. I found Laura's DeviantArt page and her Instagram page. She's a Canadian artist. I doubt she ever expected her work to end up on the back of the Notorious Doc. I've searched several databases and can't not find a species of snake that Laura used for inspiration. If you recognize the species, please comment below. Interestingly, Laura labeled this image the Rod of Asclepius. None of the other of her work stands out, in my opinion, as an art critic, though. Yes. Here's a link to an interesting tattoo. Caduceus is a symbol with a short staff entwined by two serpents, sometimes surmounted by wings, while the rod of Asclepius is the one with a single snake. This is another example I found, but I think Laura's is better if you like this sort of thing burned into your skin. Oh, there's nothing like being a librarian. I found this article and it's fantastic. Yes, and it's in PDF for free, so you can download it anytime you feel like and read it for yourself. But I'll read the summary here. Materials and methods. 300 doctors and medical students were assessed on their knowledge about the RX symbol, the Red Cross emblem, and the true representative emblem of medicine. Logos and emblems of elite, that's where he went, medical colleges and medical associations, that's what he belonged to, were also studied. Results, wait for it, everybody. Only 6% of doctors were aware that the rod of Asclepius is the true symbol of healing. Harry actually didn't know that. Knowledge of the significance of the RX symbol and the origin of the Red Cross emblem was 55% and 39%. Conclusion: there is very little awareness about the rod of Asclepius, and most institutions have adopted a logo based on the Caduceus. Aware of the origins and the symbolism of the emblems is lacking in medical fraternity, or is it, I ask? Continuing the same article, I'm going to just read to you because I like to do that. I was a librarian and we read to people. But unfortunately, the very emblem we flaunt as an insignia of our profession is a false symbol and has nothing or very little to do with the noble art of healing. Is it noble, really? The true and authentic symbol of medicine is not the caduceus, but the rod of Asclepius, The rod of Asclepius is a single serpent, entwined rod, wielded by the Greek god of healing and medicine, Asclepius. In Greek mythology, Asclepius is the son of Apollo, the god of light and the sun, truth, and also a god of healing. Asclepius' daughters are Hygeia, the goddess of hygiene and cleanliness, and Panacea, the goddesses of remedies. The Hippocratic Oath, which Harry says they don't even do anymore, which all physicians have taken for centuries, they used to, is dedicated to the same four deities, namely Apollo, Asclepius, Hygeia, and Panacea. In contrast, Hermes, also a Greek god, and his counterpart in Roman mythology, Mercury, are patron gods of commerce, trade, merchants, and a protector of tricksters and thieves. More importantly, Hermes is a god of transitions and boundaries, and moves freely between the worlds of the mortal and divine, and guides departed souls to the underworld. Pay attention to that. In 1902, a captain in the U.S. Army Medical Corps, and I know how to pronounce Corps, mistook the Caduceus for the rod of Asclepius and proposed the adoption of the Caduceus as the Corps official symbol. Several years later, a librarian in the Surgeon General's office noticed the erroneous assumption and alerted his superiors, but since the symbol had been by then in use for several years, it was allowed to remain. Unfortunately, others allied to medical services in the U.S., and soon the world adopted the same symbol. The staff of Hermes embodies cunning machinations and death. Hardly the connotations an emblem of healing should evoke. I don't think that was an accident. Well, I was wondering where in the world Harry got all of these ideas. Well, it wasn't from this article, because this article was uploaded and created on December 10th, 2021, a little over a month after he died. And it's absolutely fascinating. And if you're interested, you could click on it. It's got a lot more than stabs on it. Yeah. And last but not least, I found this in that article. I'm surprised he didn't have it done, except that he knew the Caduceus is not a true symbol. And if his cost $450, can you imagine what this one must have cost? So that's Tattoo Day.